Well, I'll go ahead and get started. Good morning. Damn, I didn't want to do this. I really do want to just leave this for a while, but maybe it's a little habitual now. I don't know. Of course, I keep track of the news and what's going on. Um, don't have, I guess, any way to really get away from that. And when I see something like this, I have to get on and say something. So that's what I'm doing. Thanks for coming in. Hello. I am Roy Potter, and this is the a live stream version of the Potter Expositor. And like I said, after yesterday, well, anyway, yeah, I'm not a happy camper right now for a lot of reasons. But I was listening to the Still Report this morning. Good morning, everybody. Listening to the Still Report this morning. Let me bring this closer so you can hear. And he had a clip on there with. And I knew about this, but it didn't dawn on me until I saw it a second time. Jack Posobiec on OAN was interviewing Brad Johnson, who I guess they vetted, OAN is vetted as being a former CIA official. And he's been investigating the Las Vegas shooting, especially with the new report that came out. That's a big lie, of course, from the Las Vegas Police Department. It's full of obfuscations, and people like Laurel Loomer and Shepard Ambellis and Jake Morphonios and all of us who have been investigating this thing know that. But this interview with Brad Johnson, pardon me, is very important because remember what the slogan of my channel is. The slogan is, the intelligence community is our most dangerous domestic enemy, and in fact, it is the most dangerous enemy to the world. Okay, you can actually take it to the next step. Now, I'm going to make some connections here. This is speculation, but considering everything that's happened that we've known about now with like Congress investigating the IC and looking up what Mueller's doing, for instance, the efforts by Jim Jordan and Meadows and Goodlatte, etc., trying to find out what the IC was really up to in all this Clinton nonsense and the supposed Russian investigation. What have we found out? What's the most recent thing that we found out? That Five Eyes was involved in the surveillance of President Trump, right? Members of Five Eyes, do we want to say it was the Five Eyes, all of them? The agencies themselves are just rogues in them. I don't really care, okay? If they're members of those organizations, they're all tied in together. It's as I've said, you're a member of MI6, you're also being used by the CIA, right? MI6 being used and Australian intelligence being used to spy on Trump so that the CIA could say they're not violating the law, and the FBI saying they're not violating the law about spying on American citizens. You see how this works? If they're willing to do that against President Trump and against conservatives generally, constitutionalists generally, to spy on us, okay, that means that they were probably involved in a lot of other operations. Now, what Brad Johnson has revealed is that, and this is in the police report, well, we know there's a guy by the name of Hopkins who was from Australia, right? He was supposedly in the room next to Paddock, and we also know that Mary Lee Danley claimed to be an FBI. It's in her LinkedIn that she was connected to the FBI at some point. But what's important here is that both of these people worked in the same casino in Australia. The only casino within, I suppose, an hour or two driving distance from another casino. Are you starting to see a connection here? Hopkins is probably Australian intelligence. Danley is an FBI, American intelligence asset, also tied in with Five Eyes because they trade with each other. They work with each other. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the most dangerous organizations in the world, more dangerous than mobs, more dangerous than oligarchs, more dangerous than armies. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what does this come down to? What am I speculating on? But I think the evidence is starting to show up. I think the evidence is starting to show, first of all, that as the Five Eyes was working to take down Trump with this election nonsense and the dossier and all that, also, it's beginning to, I mean, I've suspected it from the beginning, but here we have something that's absolutely incredible and absolutely important. It looks like that indeed there was an assassination attempt of some type in Vegas by Five Eyes, including Australian intelligence, MI6. Now, Saudis aren't part of Five Eyes, but by the same token, they could be used, okay, depending upon the situation. I don't know that Trump was in Las Vegas. I don't know that. But at the very least, that entire operation was designed to embarrass his presidency. At the very least, that's what it was. So I'm going on record today, and I'm accusing Five Eyes of trying to of conducting, of being involved, maybe with ISIS members or dressing as ISIS members. I don't know, but I'm accusing today the Five Eyes of being involved in the Las Vegas massacre, of helping to set it up, and I'm including the FBI, the CIA, Australian intelligence, and MI6 at the very least. We could probably throw Israeli Mossad in there too. New Zealand, I don't know. Canada, I don't know. But certainly Britain, the U.S. intelligence services, and Australia, at least those three, in conjunction with Saudi and possibly Israeli intelligence. That's what I'm saying, okay? I think all the evidence is there. Maybe that's why Trump isn't saying anything. He's trying to salvage what diplomatic connections there might be. But frankly, these are our enemies. They killed 58 of our brothers and sisters, and they wounded another 800 now. The number's up to 800. We can't let this go by. I don't care what happens to the international community. It's shit if that's the kind of thing that's going on. They're willing to kill Americans to take out a president. They're not our friends. Not Britain, not Australia, not New Zealand, not Canada, certainly not the Saudis, and certainly not Israeli Mossad. That's my update today. I am officially, it's a speculation, but I am accusing Five Eyes of being involved, planning and conducting, along with Saudi and Israeli intelligence, the shooting at Las Vegas in October of last year. I'm accusing them of that. And certainly, if ISIS wasn't involved, they were dressing up as ISIS, just like I told you at Ein Gedi when I did the video on the Perugia at Masada, and I told you that the Romans dressed up as Jews and killed the people at Ein Gedi, posing as Jews, the Zionists, or the Sicarii and the Messianists, right? That's what they could have done in Las Vegas too. No, it wasn't. No, it was not a drill. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Just Memi. I have a very good friend whose nephew was shot there. So no, it wasn't a false flag. I mean, it was used as a false flag. I've said that there were staged events during this thing, but there was also a live shooting or more. Okay, there were people injured and killed there. I have a friend. I'm going to say this again one more time. I've said it every broadcast I've done on Las Vegas. I have a friend whose nephew was shot. I have pictures of it, okay? And I've talked to him. So there was an actual shooting there. It was a mixture of a real incident with drills, a mixture, just like there is in a lot of these things, okay? I wish it was a drill. I wish the whole thing was fiction and nobody got hurt. I wish. But the American people, and I'm going to say it right open. No, there were blacks and there were, Mexican, Hispanics there and others that were hurt. But the primary target was the white Trump supporters. All right? That's just the bottom line. And if there was an assassination attempt underway there to get President Trump, if in fact he was in Vegas on a secret thing there, he was also a target, as I've speculated from the beginning, that there was a high-value target that they were after. A lot of people have moved that over to Prince Salman. I don't know whether he was there or not. It looks like he was, but there's, they've covered that up too. But the bottom line is, and I'm going to say it one more time, then I'll let you go. Five Eyes was involved in the Las Vegas massacre a year ago. Think about it. Okay, I don't know that I'm going to have a live stream tomorrow. Like I said, I'm taking this a day at a time right now. Like you could probably tell from yesterday, I'm a little put out in a lot of ways. I think I've done my duty so far, and I don't know that I need to do it anymore. But the Las Vegas thing is still hot. It still angers me, and it angers me that the police, the Las Vegas Police Department, the FBI, and the intelligence community can keep lying about that event. And I'm hoping not with Trump's approval, because he's trying to save some stupid alliance with these criminals and these enemies. in these other nations that sought to undermine the American Republic and support the shadow government run by Obama, Clinton, Podesta, Brennan, Clapper, etc. It's time to take these enemies down, President Trump. It's time. Tell us the truth and go after them. Okay, I'm done. Thanks, guys, for coming. We're not talking about Tommy today. That's all part of this, too. But Tommy Robinson is going back to prison, which is a travesty in and of itself. It wasn't a staged toke, thief of hearts. I'm going to tell you again one more time, okay? I have a friend whose nephew was shot there. I've seen him, okay? It was a combination of a drill and a real event. I got to go. See y'all later. Oh, tweet this out. Share it. I don't think anybody else that I know of at this point is making this connection between the Australian intelligence community and the Las Vegas shooting, and its ties in with the FBI and all the other Five Eyes, okay? I don't know that anybody else is doing that, but the map, you make a map of this, and that's exactly what it looks like. Five Eyes isn't just involved in spying on Trump. It was involved in the Las Vegas massacre and possibly some other things as well. Okay. I'm out here for now. Please share this. Thanks for coming.